Hey everybody, I'm Molly and welcome to your practice. Today we're going to do a quick 10 to 15 minute session for your immune system boost. So this is a great time of year to do this, but I like to do this practice a couple times a week. Just keep me healthy, keep my lymphatic drainage flowing. Grab a couple blocks if you need them. We're going to go through a lymphatic drainage to start and then 4 fascia flosses to feel fluid in the body. So go ahead and stand to start out with, and we're going to stimulate our big 6 lymphatic hubs or clusters. And all these motions, we want to return the lymph fluid back to the heart to be recirculated. So we're going to start with our collarbones. We can do like a stroking or a tapping motion. We can do it at the same time. So from the outer towards the inner along your collarbones. And your thoracic lymphatic duct lives up here. And then what you can also do is create little like taps or pats on that area as well. And then I like to end with some circles. So really kind of digging in underneath the collarbones. If you're tender, don't do as much pressure. Good, and then we're gonna come up to the neck. A couple ways you can do this. If this feels safe for you, you can overlap your hands and do a massaging motion. And we're trying to get up under the neck, kind of under the jaw here. If that feels like a lot, do one side at a time. Kind of tilt your head to the side to expose it. And then you can also place like an oil on your hand and take the outer pinky side of your hand and dig up, back, and down. Under the jaw, towards the ear, and then down the neck. So experiment with what works for you. We're just trying to stimulate the lymphatic ducts here and drain that fluid back towards the heart. Good. I also take my thumbs underneath my jawline. Perfect. One more second here. And then our armpits. So our axillary nodes, we're going to swipe our armpits towards our heart. Okay, so we can do that like stroking, patting, tapping. Take the other side. I did just work out, so, we're a little bit sweaty, but that's all right. And then let's do some tapping or patting. On the other side. And then you can end with some circles too, if you like. All right, we're halfway done. Let's come to our belly. So for here, we can do circular motions in one direction, circling around the belly button. And then switch the direction of your circles. You can do this kneeling or standing. Good, and then some straight from the down to the up, towards the heart. Perfect. Okay, we've got 2 more. Let's come to our inguinal or our groin site. So again, just start with stroking. We're coming into the hip crease here, between your pelvis and your thigh. And a couple on the other side. We're moving distal to proximal with each movement. So that means from far away towards the heart. Take a few taps, pats the area, and then a few circles. Same time on each side, circle the other direction. And then last one is behind our knees. So you can bend forward, take a little tap from the calf up towards the hamstring, or a stroke I mean, and then you can tap it out, and then a few circles. Okay, so do that practice every day if you have extra 2 minutes in your day. I found that I'm getting sick less often, so that is great. Okay, we're gonna come to our fascial flosses. So lower down onto your knees and your elbows. Create little fists with your hands. And we're going to create the engagement through our tissue by energetically pushing our palms forward or our fists forward. They won't actually slide on the mat, but you might feel the top of your shoulder and your traps activate. And then as you do this, slide forward, your nose towards your thumbs. Relax to come back, release the engagement, and then find that engagement again by pressing your hip fist forward, spreading across the tissue on your neck, your traps, the tops of your shoulders as you slide your nose forward. And then come back. Relax on the way back. Engage on the way forward. Good. Relax to come back. Let's do a few more. You can also bring a little bit of a curl of your nose in and your chin down on the way forward. This might be an area where you don't feel a lot of sensation. Oftentimes we're really tight in our traps and there's a lot of dense tissue up here, but keep with the motion. This is working our thymus channel, which is really important for immune system function. If you're into Chinese medicine. And then you could also take a little turn of your nose to the right on the next one. And then a little turn of your nose to the left on the next one. Oftentimes we start to get to know our bodies better, and then you might feel more sensation the next time you do this class. More opening in the neck. Okay, finish your last one through center. And then go ahead and sit on your block if you have one, or a bolster or a pillow. Come to a bear sit, so the feet are wide, the knees are pointing up to the sky. And then elbows are on the insides of your knees, hands are separate. So we create the engagement now by pressing knees and elbows into each other. The knees are gonna win, so bring the forearms parallel towards each other and relax to come back out. So what this is doing is spreading the tissue on the back of the shoulder blades, the rhomboids, the traps. So we engage by pressing elbows and knees to each other. The knees are gonna win, drawing the forearms parallel towards each other, and then relax to come back out. So find that engagement, feel the tissue activating on the back of your shoulder blades, again the neck, relax to come back out. And feel free to experiment, like when you come back to the center the next time, you could take a little turn of your head, you could kind of straighten one elbow and then the other. Feel if you can like glide into your tissue today. Release any sticky areas around your scapula, your shoulder blades. Let's do 3 more. And large intestine, this is our channel important for elimination, so getting rid of things out of the body. Good. And finish your last one. Perfect. Okay, take your 2 blocks. We're gonna move into a chest opener or a lung fascia floss. Stack your bottom block on its highest setting, and depending on your height, the second block can be on its lowest setting. If you don't have 2 blocks, you can come to a coffee table or a chair, and then bring your forearm, your right forearm, down onto the block. You're on your other knee, or hand and knees, and then the engagement comes by pushing your right forearm down into the block, and then dip your chest low. So you might feel this stretching along the front of the pec. Inhale, relax to come back up. Exhale, we push forearm down into the block, and gently dip your chest and your lungs down. So during this, I want to make sure that your shoulder head is not just totally collapsing towards the mat. You want to keep a little bit of integrity between your humerus, your arm bone, across the shoulder to your collarbone or your clavicle. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. We relax to come back up. We engage to lower down, spreading the tissue across the pec, the lungs. The lungs being an important filtration organ system in our body. Letting us keep what's important, like oxygen, to circulate through the body, and then getting rid of waste material, carbon dioxide. Okay, so from your lung dips, you can also experiment with angling a little bit forward and a little bit back. Everyone's body is different, so find the mobilization that works for you. Good, let's finish up one more here. And then switch arms. So this time, left arm, forearm is on your block. Find your knees, plant your right hand into the mat, and then engage by pressing your left forearm down, and then dipping the chest down slightly. Inhale, relax, come back up. Exhale, activate, and a gentle spreading across the left shoulder, the left chest. See if you can close your eyes and picture your lung tissue gliding. All our fascia is interrelated throughout our whole body. And when we talk about these channel systems or meridians, it's coming from embryologic studies. So like when we're little blob babies growing, our tissue, like in one area of the body, can, once we develop, like our long intestine, or large intestine is related to our shoulder blade just the way we develop in the womb. So kind of interesting if you want to look that up. Okay, a couple angles forward and backwards if that feels good for you. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, engage by pushing your forearm down, finding that slight stretch. And then our tissue wraps around our organs, bones, muscles, nerves, everything. And it can get dense and gel-like and calcified. So this is why we want to mobilize that. It can help with some scar tissue release as well. Okay, last stretch. Bring your blocks. We're going to find a dragon lunge. So step your right foot on the outside of the blocks. Both blocks are on the inside on the highest or middle setting. And then we're going to move from a lunge towards a half splits. So first, engage by digging your right heel down into the mat, and then straighten the right leg as you lengthen back. You will feel this on the back of the hamstring and the inner thigh. Relax to come back forward. Exhale, engage by digging your right heel. It's not actually going to slide, but that will activate your myofascial tissue on the back of your leg, and then lengthen. So we want to find that line of tension and pull throughout the whole rep or the whole range of motion. So feel that engagement at the beginning, and then find a new pattern, a new slide and glide of your tissue as you lengthen back. Relax to come forward. You can angle your toes out a little bit. This is working our spleen and pancreas channel if you would like to look that up. Again, just picking some meridians and body parts that are important for immune system function. And this also feels so good because it addresses your hamstrings, which attach onto your pelvis, which affect how your low back moves, how you breathe, how your pelvis and your lungs and your diaphragm are all aligned. So really important to address this area. Let's do about 3 more. So we always relax and come forward, and then activate by digging the heel down and lengthening through the hamstring. It's an active but gentle type of mobilization. You can always close your eyes and just feel where your body wants to go. Sometimes we have these grooves and patterns that we're used to. Let's finish one more and see if you can smooth it out. Perfect. Switch legs. Left foot comes in front. Find your stance. Maybe the toes dial out a little bit towards 11 o'clock. And then dig the heel down. Lengthen back. Your knee does not have to come all the way straight. Inhale to come back forward. Exhale, dig your heel down. And glide your hips back. You might feel a difference. I'm a lot tighter on this side. Just an area of tissue that I'm being patient with and continue to work on. Experiment with what angle feels good for you, and then what pace works well for you as well, because we want to find that tension through the back of the hamstring and the inner thigh and keep that slight engagement the whole repetition as we glide back. Let's do about 5 more. Picturing that inserting onto the bottom of your pelvis, some space there to help your back feel better, to help your gait, your walking more smooth, become more smooth. Let's do 2 more. See how much more you're sliding smoothly compared to when you started. Good. Okay, feel out your body. Another great way to end this class would be to come to stand and kind of shake it out, get all the fluid going. But I hope you can visit this practice anytime you're feeling under the weather or just want to preemptively give your immune system a boost. I hope you feel great, and thanks for being here.